Yes, indeed. Good evening, everybody. We are live. Welcome to Beyond Authentic Health. I'm Lisa.
I'm Ruffus.
And what are we doing? We're documenting our authentic weight loss journey.
And behind the brick wall.
And behind the brick wall?
Yes, and beyond past there. I'm not jumping over it, so don't. Cause it's not moving.
It's not moving. No. If it looks like it's moving,
it's not.
It's a glitch on YouTube. Yeah, it is actually a brick wall that we build by hand every single time.
We do.
And then we dismantle it every single time, and then we put it back together every single time, every single Wednesday afternoon or something like that.
Yeah, it took us hours.
Unless, of course, I'm lying and I'm making it all up.
Yeah. That's body magic for you.
Yes, that's right. It is. You're quite right, Rufus. It is a bit of body magic that we do every single Wednesday afternoon. It honestly isn't something that we bought already printed out.
Yeah, we didn't, no,
not at all. Definitely not. 100% not. No. Anyway, good evening, everybody. I do hope you are all having a lovely week. It's very warm in this part of the world. Good evening, Ed. How are you, my friend? I hope you are very, very well. Let me just get the chat working on our
screen.
Hello, all. That's what it says. It says hello. Of course, it wouldn't be a thingy without the chat being
what
a
about
little bit.
Hello.
Yeah, absolutely. So then, Rufus, as we always do, would you like to start today with telling everybody how our week has gone? How's your week been this week on that there diet plan? Because it's a diet, isn't it?
Did.
How's your diet?
A week ago.
Diet. It's a diet, isn't it?
No, it's not. No.
We don't do diets. No. We don't do diets.
No, diets are not permanent. So they are just a
we are healthy eaters
weight
now.
Loss.
Healthy eaters.
But no, last week I maintained, and I think I could have, for some reason, have eaten, like I say, more of the free food, and we had a lot of rice that week. So this week we've done things a bit different and had loads and loads of speed food, so loads of salady type stuff. We have had some potatoes and stuff, loads of
well, we'll talk about that when we come on to the food in a bit.
Yeah, like I say, we've had loads of summery food.
Yeah, lots and lots of salady stuff.
I've really enjoyed everything we've had this week. I really have. I didn't bring those things in with us as well. I have to go and get them out the fridge.
Oh yeah, maybe.
But yeah, like I say, really good week. Stuck to my 10 sins and everything. So yeah, I've been really happy with how this week's gone. What about you, dear?
It's been all right. Yeah, it's been all right. Fairly good week. I have been drinking my body weight in squash every day. That's something. And my coffee intake has increased drastically, but then it always does when it's warm, doesn't it?
So make sure you drink your water. Lots of water.
Yes, this is your hydration alarm. Do I have an alarm? Hang on, here we go.
Do you?
Drink some water, everybody.
Yep.
Add some squash into it. Add a little bit of... add a vodka in if you want. No, don't do that. No, don't do the vodka.
It's a sin.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Just add a bit of squash, add a bit of fruit juice, add some mint from the garden. That's really nice. Slice of lime, bit of cucumber. That's really good. Yeah. Add all of that in. Yeah. And just have a couple of glasses now. While you're watching us now,
that sounds really
grab
nice,
yourself
actually.
A little drinky. What are you drinking?
This is a raspberry relentless, because I am relentless.
You are. And what else have you got on the desk in front of us?
I've got a black coffee.
A black coffee.
And also...
And a Pepsi Max.
And a Pepsi Max. But also I'm drinking loads of squash at the minute, so dilute squash. Yeah. With lots of water.
I've left my water bottle in the lounge, but I've also got a Rio fruit drink. Yeah. I've got a coffee, and there is a Pepsi Max there as well for me as well. For an hour and a half.
But I said for the average person who just drinks 8 glasses of some sort of liquid every day, eight glasses isn't enough at the minute. It's been that warm. You need lots and lots more water.
Lots more water. Yes, absolutely. 100%. You need more.
Otherwise, your body goes on strike. That's it.
It does a little bit, to be fair, it really does. Right then, for some reason the chat isn't coming up again. I don't know what's happening with the old YouTubes at the moment. But anyway,
was it? Karen asked about our healthy extra.
Hang on. Karen Fraser, what healthy extra B choices do you both like? Well, what's your go-to healthy extra B?
At the moment, I've been just sticking to what are they? The blueberry wheats or apricot wheats in Lidl's at the moment. I've been having, and I can have 45 grams of those, and I just have them with a bit of my skimmed milk. But also as well, they do the same sort of wheats in Aldi, I believe, and they do what's it? Raisin. They do a raisin one in Aldi, which I think is probably one of my favourite ones actually. And I just portion them all out, so weigh it all. So I've got 45 grams or maybe just under in each bag by the time I've weighed it all out. And I get, I don't know, is it like 15 portions or something like that worth out of it before I have, so a box lasts me like 2 weeks or something. Before I weigh any others up. So I just use all the one rather than open lots of different packets. I just stick to the one, and I'm quite happy doing that. We did have, like I say, we used to have a lot more bread, but because I would eat and open a Warburton loaf, like a wholemeal loaf, and I would use some of it. And if you have room in your freezer, like put it in there. But if not, I would just have some of it. And then obviously, because obviously Lisa being gluten-free, we can't both eat the same loaf. So I'd be wasting too much bread, so I just stopped having bread.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have got some Warburton Pitters in the freezer. Occasionally we'll have that and have a burger and put a load of salad in it and make burgers and have that. But most of the time I just stick to my blueberry wheats and stuff.
My go-to healthy extra B at the moment seems to be prunes.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can have... Oh, I can't remember how much it is. It's done by weight, but it's about 8 prunes on average as a healthy extra B. Right, I've got the chat kind of working again. So, well, it is working now. So let's have a look. The fact that it's blowing in the fan has nothing to do with... No, so as... Ed knows this, but other people might not know this. This is actually behind. This is my witchy room. So the magical energy that is behind. We have a portal behind, and it is distorting reality behind us. It's doing this. So if the wall looks like it's moving, it's because there is a portal there to the multiverse that I nip through back and forward. What you mean?
Because it's just blowing and it's like a bit of a breeze going through.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's not a fan. It's a bit like in Minecraft where you got the portal to the Nether.
Yeah,
that's what we've got. And
you just get sucked in.
Yeah, it's like a black hole that's happening just behind this brick wall here. Yes, that's what it is.
Don't get too close to it; you'll get sucked in.
I know, right? Better than being, what is it they say in Ghosts? Sucked off.
Sucked off. Yes,
you get sucked off, and that isn't a naughty thing. That is in the comedy series Ghosts.
It is.
When the ghost finally goes up to heaven or gets taken down, they get sucked off.
Yeah,
so, off the planet. Yes,
they do.
Whoever wrote that was very funny. Byron the Vegan Loser. Hello, you two naughty people. Why are we naughty? Thank you so much for my gifts. I don't know what you mean. You've really lifted my spirits. We'll mention in my next weigh-in. Why is that only giving me half a message as well? I don't have any idea.
Half of it.
Probably. I don't have any idea what you're talking about, Byron. I have no idea at all. But I hope it helps with body magic. Yes, just in case that's a thing that you were going to do. Supposed to be good for your body magic. We still aren't doing it really, are we? Because I can't really. Like this idea.
You do forget.
Well, A, I forget. B, someone at group yesterday got their gold. And when they went, when Sarah, who's our we're between consultants at the moment. So Sarah said, "Oh, what are you doing for your gold?" And she went, "Oh, well, I swim 3 times a week, and I do 55 walking, and I walk 17 miles, and I go up mountain, and then I come back down." And I was like,
"What?
A, how have you got the time? B, how have you got the time? And C, if I'm having a wobbly day, I can barely make it round bloody Lidl."
So it's body magic, whether you're walking to the corner shop and back, or whether you do miles and miles and miles, whatever you feel you can do. And obviously the more you walk, the more calories you burn, even though you're not including that in your diet, in your healthy eating, should I say. But so whatever you will do exercise wise. I said whether it's minimal or whether it's loads, you know, or build it up as you go along. And yeah, as it just all adds up to you kind of toning up and stuff like that. But the rest of it is all about 100% your diet.
It is.
It's
about your diet, what you choose to put in your gob.
Yeah, pretty much what you're eating. So it's all about that.
It is. It is. It really, really is. And that's the thing with most diet plans. It is more about, I mean, yes, we all know it's calories in versus calories out. Yeah. But most weight loss plans are variations on a theme. Yeah. And it just happens because we're choosing Slimming World, we have our free food, our speed food, our synd food with a Y for synergy. We have all of that, and it's all worked out for us. And this is one of the reasons why I love it compared to calorie counting or Jane Plan or any of these other ones. This is why it works for me.
Slim fast.
Yeah.
Have these drinks. Just mix it with water.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because
it's all short term, isn't it?
I can eat a big meal. We did this week. We had a big, huge plate of salad this week, piled high.
Really nice.
It was very filling. Afterwards, it was like we just had a Christmas dinner or something. I was very full, very, very satisfied. There was no way I was going to go picking or looking or anything else later in the evening. I was very, very, very happy with the food that I'd had. But the bulk of it was next to no calories. It was cucumber and lettuce and tomatoes and onions.
I'm going to go and get those chocolate things.
Okay, go on then.
Go get something.
Rufus is going to get those chocolate things. Everybody heard you.
I've got this t-shirt on, so you can see who you are on the inside.
I know,
it just means
lungs
that
and
I have lost a lot of weight because.
Can I ask though, if you're who you are on the inside,
I am.
Why have you got an eyeball here?
And all my organs and things you can see.
And why is everything in the wrong place?
Because
Are you from Gallifrey?
I am. Yes,
okay.
I am. I shall be back.
You've got the hidden extra eyeballs.
I shall be back.
I've got no idea. Hazel Morgan, good afternoon, good evening to you. Christine Scott, hello, good evening to you. Angela Brown, evening everyone. It's so hot. It is roasting, or as Adam's Rotten Room says on YouTube, roasting. Yourself and Annie Putt went on an adventure to where? Keighley Tarn. Don't know. We saw lots of sheep and birds, which that's super cool. Hi Rachel, hello to you, my darling. I hope you are well as well. So then we're going to talk about the food that we have been eating this week. Now I have uploaded all of the videos in the last few minutes, well, about half an hour ago to YouTube. So all of our daily dinners are all up on YouTube now. Yeah. But there was something else we found, which is this thing that Rufus is annoyingly rustling right next to the microphone, which is
they're like Dubai. They're a bit like we picked them up in Home Bargain, and they are. We thought that they kind of like resembled Viscounts, is it? Like the mint sort of biscuits you can buy. But they're not very big at all. And each one, we scanned them.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
We scanned them and they are 4 cents each.
Imagine that, well, this is one of the herb things you get in Lidl.
All spices.
This is ever so slightly bigger than the size of that. Ever so slightly. So that's the size of it. I'm going to put that down because I don't actually want to eat that.
No.
And it's Dubai chocolate.
And it's got an oat crunchy sort of base on it. Oat, like a biscuity oat.
It's got a biscuit base. Now, these are, what were they, 4 cents each?
4 cents each. So they're really not very big at all.
We'll come back to this in a little bit because your topic of the week kind of talks about things like this.
Yeah.
But the reason we got them
just to try
is because we've seen nothing but Dubai chocolate everywhere, and we scanned them on the app, and we thought, do you know what? For 4 cents for a single biscuit, we'll try it. I broke mine into 3 or 4 different little bits, and had little nibblies. Yeah. It's okay. Am I going to eat any of the other 4 in the packet? No. Would I spend 4 of my sins on it?
Would I waste it?
No, I wouldn't. It's not. No. It's not. For me, it's not enough. No. It's not worth it. So the doggies can have these, or we'll give them to a neighbour, or they're not going to go to waste. The neighbour's got a load of kids, so they'll probably thoroughly love those. Linda on,
Yeah.
good evening, hotties. Good evening, Linda. I've also got to say a very big hello to Jane Day. Hello, Jane and Joe. Hello to you both. We know that Jane watches, but Jane's
do.
got an old phone and
Yeah.
can't comment.
Yeah.
But your topic of the day, which we'll go on to in just a second, but
Yeah.
that's directly based on something Jane did on a video
Yeah.
this past week.
Yeah.
So we do have to say, as always, if you are not already following some of the people that we mentioned with their channels, the Slimming Worlders and the Slimming World community here on YouTube is amazing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really genuinely authentic, lovely people out there giving some solid advice and solid discussions.
I would like to say, I don't know if anybody watched someone who used to be on here a long time, Debbie's World.
Oh yes, Debbie's World. Hi Debbie.
Debbie's back.
Debbie
so,
watches.
Yeah, Debbie's
Debbie
back.
watches.
So,
Hi
like
Debbie.
I say, it's really good to see you back.
It is good to
Yeah.
see you back. And Debbie's journey's a little bit different this
He's a
time
little
round.
bit, yeah. a little bit.
Go and check out Debbie's World. She's following a Manjaro journey
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
She did do Slimming World for quite a while,
Yeah.
didn't she?
Yeah, I think she still eats the same type of food now. Still kind of it does put you, I think, in a really good habit. If you've done it for long enough,
Yeah.
you don't forget how to do Slimming World.
No.
It's just,
But I do know that I think Debbie had a similar sort of effect the last few years that we did when we came off plan,
You do
which
it
is
very well.
a lot of other eating issues that come up,
Yeah.
isn't there? So then I have uploaded all of the food. So
Yeah.
what this week? Oh, I tell you what.
What?
I tell you what we need to talk about, Rufus. The gunpowder chicken.
Yeah.
Your
I know
gunpowder
everybody
chicken
thought
nuggets.
it was going to blow your head off, but did it?
No. If you weren't here, every week we do Choosey, which is where we both pick a random Slimming World book, and then you basically what we have to do. So I don't know. You can see I've got some tarot decks here. So this is the example. You go, oh, I like this tarot deck. Do I want to keep this or swap it for this one? Do you know what? I'll keep this one. Do I want to keep it or swap it for this one? I'll still keep this one. Oh, do I want to keep it or swap it for this one? Do you know what? This is a brand new one. I'm going to swap it for this. And it's something that Amberlyn Reed still does to this day.
Yeah.
She's a £534 person. 49 stone, is it we worked out that she was?
39 stone.
Oh,
Yeah,
39 stone.
Yeah.
And she does that. So we've nicked it basically, and we do that with two Slimming World books. We'll go through until we get a book each, and then we have to find something in that book that we want to do for next week, and then all of our lovely audience, our subscribers, and others get to vote. So and then we make it. So we did that last week, and the one that won was the gunpowder chicken nuggets. Oh my gosh, it was delicious. And I have filmed it. It'll probably be going up this week because I think it took like 15 minutes.
And I honestly thought that there was more to the recipe than just literally prepping all your chicken, adding the spices and stuff. And I think it's just a combination of seasonings and spices that, like I say, it was really, really amazing.
Don't give too much away. But I think this is the only one that we've given. I think I gave a 10 out of 10.
I think so, yeah.
And I think you said a 9, because I've written down in the Slimming World book 9.5 out of 10 because it was that blooming amazing.
Yeah.
So that recipe will be coming up this week.
Yeah.
The beef booner is now up from a couple of weeks back. The spaghetti pie is being edited now. That'll go up probably tomorrow. So yeah, I'm getting back on with all of the editing.
Yeah.
But that does bring us to your topic of the week, Rufus.
It is.
So then, what is it? Why on earth are Dubai chocolate and something Jane Day talked about? Why is all that? What's that got to do with your topic then? How does it all correlate into
It's
a
all
topic?
to do with food noises.
What?
Food noise.
Don't talk to me. What, you mean the rappers being really loud?
Exactly, yes.
Food don't talk.
So
Unless it's a bar
So
lamb.
basically things like, whether you're hungry or sometimes not hungry, you can be thinking like maybe you'll see, I don't know, an advert on the TV where they like a KFC advert or something, and you're actually thinking, in your head, in your mind, you're thinking, oh wow, I really fancy that. Actually, I might get one of those tonight, and then actually follow it through and then eat that. that often, like I say, when even we've planned all the things you're going to eat for the day, all your meals, you planned the next couple of days worth of your evening meals and all of that, but yet your mind is still actively thinking, oh yeah, I really could do with a bar of chocolate right now, and actually, oh, you've got a coffee, or let me put some full fat milk in there, and actually I'm like, or maybe
You'll make me
I'll
poorly.
put some sugar in there, and and you think of all these things that maybe that you've done over many years of eating the wrong foods.
The thing that I do sometimes get with that is sometimes I'll think, oh, it'd be lovely to have a biscuit with this.
Yeah.
A couple of custard creams,
Yeah.
a couple of bourbons, a
Yeah.
couple of ginger snaps, a rich tea or two, one of those rich tea things.
That's
Oh,
it.
I'll have all of them. Shall we go and get a biscuit tin
Yeah.
and go and fill it up full of biscuits?
But the likelihood is that we'd go and buy a packet of biscuits, a bit like these here, and now we tried it, but we're not going to sit and just eat the rest of them. So
No.
that's the difference now with us.
And
is
where Jane Day comes in is because Jane did a video that
Yeah.
one of her consultants, one of her standing consultants, did a whole thing about, think back to
Yeah.
when you used to go to the chippy, what would you order, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. And we're not going to repeat it here.
But
But go and watch her
Yeah.
video because it's amazing.
But I said, was it partly that was actually that it should have been spoken about? Of, can you imagine, how different your life is now to
Oh, yeah.
how you used to eat, and now
Yeah.
how you eat, it's
But-
there's a massive difference.
But Jane said in her video that she imagined that everybody that would have left that group went straight out the door,
Possibly, yeah.
literally down the road, straight to the chippy, because that's all they were thinking
Yeah.
about. And the
Yeah.
reason that we got Dubai chocolate is because it is something that you are on TikTok a lot.
Oh
aren't you?
yeah, I am, and I've seen it all over TikTok
And I'm on
everywhere.
YouTube a lot. And it's just a social media thing at the moment. And so when it started, normally
Yeah.
Rufus is the person who goes, strawberry and white chocolate flavoured Kit Kat. Oh, why are they coming up with new ones? Oh, it makes me angry. You really don't like when they mess around with different flavours, do
No,
you? And it's like they
no.
go, oh, now we're going to have a curry
Oh,
flavour
we're seeing in
Mars
Lidl.
bar.
In Lidl,
Ah,
yeah, but I said
yeah.
we go into Lidl quite regular. But in Lidl, they've
It's
got
unusual shop, innit?
in I can't remember the branding anyway. But in there, they've got little pots of tiny little boxes of popcorn that's already made up, and they've got strawberry cheesecake flavour, salty caramel, something flavour. And I'm looking at them thinking, I don't even want to look at the back of the packet as to how many sins there are. And I like popcorn, but I have the skinny popcorn, and I'm really happy. Like I say, if I've got a bag of the sweet and salty popcorn, and they're like 3 sins a bag, and I can have a couple of bags a day of that if I want. But I try and keep even sin-wise down to the minimum, and probably not my most favourite thing, but things that I'm probably not going to overeat or eat too much of. Yeah, like I say, I'm quite happy with how things are going and what I'm having for my treats and things that I have.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because I know that for both of us, when we've done food diaries in the past,
Oh yeah,
where you are concentrating on every single thing that you eat and
Yeah.
you are writing down everything. When we've done that, it can, again, for me, that can be a major trigger point, because all I'm doing then is thinking about food.
Yeah.
And it isn't for me, because now, little bit behind the scenes, we are virtually intermittent fasters now,
oh
aren't
we are now. Yeah.
So
we are.
during the day, I'll have 3 or 4 coffees, all my water and all of that lot. And I don't really feel very hungry during the day. And that's been for the last couple of years, hasn't it?
I honestly, but I
Because
said,
now we eat in the evenings.
but even though before that, we've never been somebody that would get up. Well, I'm definitely not someone that would get up and then within an hour eat something. I just don't do that. I've not done it for such a long time.
Karen's asking, are you tempted by the M&S strawberry sandwich?
No, I've seen Lawrence has been like going up on TikTok, been absolutely going bonkers looking for it in all the M&S's and all of that, and still not found it. Still, every time he's gone to a shop, they haven't got any. But no, doesn't really interest me. But if I wanted to make my own version and that, maybe you could just make your own and make the slightly healthier choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think someone said it's got cream cheese in it. I think someone said it's cream cheese with sliced strawberries in like a brioche bread or something like that. You could probably make your own a slightly less naughty version of it and probably be very similar.
You could
but
do.
now it doesn't, like I say, having that, I'd rather just have a bowl of strawberries, to be fair.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to something really naughty on top, I'd just get some light squirty cream and put a little bit of that on top of it.
But this is one of the reasons
I'd
why...
be really happy with that.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why we like staying to group.
Yeah.
Because when we stay to group, you get a lot of people discussing and swapping out recipes.
That's it.
And that, for me, is good food noise.
Yeah.
Because I literally will sit there and go, oh,
I
that
really
sounds
wanna
really
try that.
nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've not had that for ages.
Yeah.
Or we'll go, oh, they had a macaroni cheese and that was on plan. I wonder how they did that. Oh, put the recipe on the page, on the Facebook group.
That's it.
Oh, we'll try that. That I find really useful. That type of food noise, I find really, really, really good. Because that I can allow myself to sort of ruminate and cogitate and think about.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's anything else, then I have to be really careful, because you watch mukbangs.
I do.
Mukbang.
I know, and you're like...
Mukbang bong.
People
Mukbang
basically
bong.
sit with a load of food in front of them and they'll, talk to the audience and just sit and eat. And then maybe they've got a microphone on and they're just sitting up, munching away.
Yeah, well, I can't stand that.
To me...
I can't stand the mouth noises for a start, can I?
Sounds like I say, I've been through years of, and I don't really do it anymore, is that even when I was not eating the, naughtier choices of food, I would then store it. I would buy it or pick some up here and there and store it and never eat it.
You were like a bear in hibernation.
I was. And it's all because I used to overeat. I would, because I was no longer eating it, if I had it here and I really wanted it, I could have some, but I'd then open the packet and I would literally just keep the food in until eventually it was like, well, I'm definitely not going to eat it. Okay, I'm going to give it to a neighbour or someone, or to the kids or somebody before it goes past the date and then no one can eat it. But I actually don't. The only thing I stock now, I think I've got some rice crackers. They are those, I can't remember, they're called delicious something like those rice crackers I've got. With some, like, they've got like protein topping on them or something, like birthday cake or something flavour. But they are like, you can have like 20 something pieces for 4.5 cents or something like that. And I've got my blueberry wheats and stuff on the shelf. I think in the corner of the bedroom. I think that's literally the only other thing that I have in like that normally.
Do you feel like saying anything about your cereals?
I used to keep loads of cereal because I wanted to try like the American cereals, and eventually I ended up giving most of all of that stuff away to a homeless shelter and just took them down there and just gave it away.
Or the neighbours' kids got Lucky Charms and... I wanted just to try some, but then as soon as I went back, obviously, to Slimming World and started all of that, it was like, well, they're like, I think it was like 25 grams is like 5 sins, and then I'm like, well, if I'm eating my other blueberry wheats and all of that stuff, and it's not as naughty and it's on plan and I can have 45 grams of it, why am I going to change that, add extra sins when I can have my skinny popcorns and other stuff than eating American cereal, which is coated in a ton of sugar? It's not it isn't healthy for me to be doing that, and I'm trying to be healthier and more mindful in what I'm eating, what I keep indoors. And that's why now, apart from, like I say, buying these biscuits just to try it, we don't keep indoors anything now that we are not gonna eat. No. Obviously, if we don't want to eat it, we don't bring it home, and that's literally it now. We just if you don't plan on eating it, don't put it in your trolley.
No. So that's, like I say, that's, I think, a big change in our lives that we've done, is that, like say, if you haven't got a cat, you're not going to go and buy cat food, are you? Or go down the cat aisle for the pets.
I think
it's just...
I think these days I don't, certainly since January, I don't get food noise anymore. And there's one very, well, no, that's a lie.
Yeah.
I get food noise.
Just not as much.
I just I can't listen to it. That's an alpha thing.
Yeah. But
I can't help it. I can't listen to it. This week, I had a letter from the doctors from a couple of weeks ago. I had I had a toenail come off again. And unfortunately, I had an infection. So I went back to the diabetic clinic, to the foot salvage team, and they gave me 2 weeks of antibiotics. And they said, we'll x-ray it, we'll double check. And but we're sure it's not anything. We're sure it hasn't gone to the bone. You'll be fine with these 2 weeks. And then I had a phone call from the pharmacist saying, hello, can you come and pick up these pills? And I was like, oh no, they were going to deliver them, weren't they? And they said, oh, it'll be delivered on Monday. And this was on the Thursday. And I said, oh, are you sure? I said, I've had my 2 weeks. That ended on Tuesday. I said, I don't think I need them now.
No.
And they said, oh, well, this has come from the clinic. Turns out the letter's now arrived. What had happened is the infection has gone back into the bone, and so I need another 4 weeks of antibiotics. This is the second time this year that I've had this problem with my feet.
You don't realise, though, if you've banged a toe and that's why your nail
because I'm diabetic, I am now experiencing all of those diabetic problems. And the thing is, I can no longer afford food noise. So although my head still goes, when we watch, or when you watch somebody who is eating a mukbang or doing that, I'll put my headphones on and I'll edit a video for if I'm in the lounge.
I don't tend
no,
to
you
watch
don't tend to watch it now
anymore, really.
because I can't have that.
No.
Because it will make me want to eat, and I can't. And so I will do everything I can do to avoid the food noise. I will remember all the time that, do you know what? I would much rather keep my weight loss journey going and keep my feet than eat whatever that is. So I'm not going to do that. And that, for me, because that target is there, now it's a no-brainer. I will not go back on a non-healthy plan. I just will not do it.
Part of the reason why when we have fruit, we either have the really low sugar version, so I give Lisa berries, watermelon, any melons really, strawberries, any other berries are around, kind of, you know.
And if we've grown any in the garden,
and we keep to, you know, we just keep things simple and try and go for all the speed fruit, so we don't have we don't have mango very often, or pineapple, or what else? Kiwi, yeah. We don't, obviously all of those are free.
Berries,
they're free food. All the others are free food, obviously, but we prioritise all the speed fruits now rather than, we have sliced apple occasionally as well. We'll have all some easy peeler, but other than that, we just keep things, you know, obviously simple, more of the speed stuff.
So then, is that your topic?
Yeah.
Well, it's not inspirational, Karen. It's literally it's survival.
Life, isn't it? Yeah, it's life.
It's survival. Unfortunately, I've got to go back to the eye clinic. There's a problem with my eyes because of diabetes. For so many years, I ignored it, and I didn't take it seriously. And now it's all catching up with me. So I've got to get the weight off. I can only eat healthy food. I can only do what's right. I can't do anything naughty, because for me, it's not naughty. For me, it's poison, and I can't do that anymore. I cannot poison my body. So that's why when we had one of those Dubai chocolate bars, I literally had like...
Yeah, I just cut mine into 4 pieces.
I had a little bit, and I was like, that is so sweet. Would I rather have the rest of those or keep my toes? I think I'd rather keep my toes.
I said we think very differently about, our food now. So from being on Slimming World before, like I say, we would do this is our, you know, we can have 15 sins worth of treats, and this is what we're having, and bag them up ready. But now we kind of like use some of our sins. If we don't use all of our sins, and we just try and set so many per day, and we have slightly less, so be it.
Can I just say, I love this. Kimberly down south is saying hello to everyone. Do you see what she's put there? Rachel, Lisa, twin. That's you,
Yeah,
that is.
mate.
That's you. You're a twin from the other
I know,
side of the world.
Can you see your insides like me?
I know.
Or my insides.
You are your inside.
And all
on
my
the outside.
organs are on the outside today.
What, a church organ?
Yes.
Beethoven's Fifth. No.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway,
I've only got a week until my nipples are done. Today, in a week. Lisa reminded me earlier, I completely forgot.
you make me laugh every time you talk about it on a stream. Yay, nipple week, nipple Wednesday next week.
I know, right?
Right then, on that moment, shall we shift over to weight loss? Shall we talk about weight loss? Are you ready to talk about weight loss, weighing in, all of that malarkey? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm ready.
After drinking
Yes,
my
indeed.
skinny
Drinking
coffee.
your skinny coffee.
skinny coffee.
Good evening, everybody. This is your time now to pop the details in the live chat. If you have weighed in this week, if you would like to share the results with us, please do. Whether you have gained, maintained, or lost, whatever your journey is, do please share that with us. We do have some awards that we like to show on screen for people. If you are doing any type of journey at all, you can be doing Slimming World like we are, you can be doing calorie counting, you could be doing the Manjaro and Ozempic injections or
matter,
tablets. You could be doing Jane plan, you could be doing Jane Slimming World plan.
I say all
She's very
these
good at
health and fitness type thing, tools and
Weight
stuff, aren't they?
Watchers, what else?
Oh,
My Fitness Pal, is that still going?
Yeah,
Oh.
but you don't put your, like I say, any steps and stuff that you do, you don't put that in. It's all just about your food.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
But yeah, whatever you're doing, if you would like to share your weigh-in results, do please let us know in the chat. And while you do, Rufus, you weighed in first this week.
I did.
I do actually have a couple of wee videos. Would you like to see the results of Rufus on the scale? Are you okay with sharing your video from the scales?
Yeah.
Because we did, come on brain, we did actually film it this week. So
We did.
it is that one there. So if I bring that up, hang on a second, and then I need to pause. That's the media player. Here we go. And then I will find... There we go. So here, let me just find the video. While I do that, Rufus, would you like to tell everybody on the way to Slimming World this week?
What
We
I was
did our
thinking.
usual chat in the car, didn't we? We always go, what do you think you've lost this week then? What do you think you've done this week? How well do you think you've done?
Well, I think, like I say, because I'd had a really good week, like I say, we've had loads and loads of speed food this week. Not much rice. We had a little bit of potato during the week. Loads of, like, so we've had stir fries and loads of days we've had salad, coleslaw-y stuff. Like I say, when we did the gunpowder chicken nuggets as well, we had all
Which
loads of
were
salady
amazing.
stuff. I actually, at that point, thought maybe it was like, I don't know, £2.5 this week, or thought I'd had a really, really, you know, just the way we did this week food-wise, I thought, you know, it was spot on. I couldn't, and I thought, yeah, definitely deserving. I shall get at least £2.5 this week.
okay.
And
So, do you remember what you were last week, weight-wise?
I was I 6 stone 8 pound.
You'd lost 6
I
stone,
lost
8
6 stone 8
pounds.
pound last week.
And do you know what your weight was?
6. What was it? I was 18.
I'll tell you what. Should we just play this and then
Play
you can
it.
see
Go on,
what it
play
is
it.
that you weigh now? So these are the scales. If you haven't seen
I
Slimming
think I
World
was
scales
was I
before,
18.5 was on it
18.3.5 you would have been,
last week.
because you got on the scales this week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was 18. Yeah.
And you weighed in at 18 stone 2 pounds, which means you've lost a pound and a half
this week.
this week, which is, it's not what you wanted. I know
No.
it's not what you wanted.
Like I said, we just had loads and loads of speed stuff this week, but like I say, non-scale victory. I came home And I said to them when they did the image therapy at group that because of the heat and the weather, I'd had days and days before weighing in that I'd had loads and loads of water because of obviously the weather to help my system work as it should. But up until that point, I think I'd had 3 days nearly where I hadn't had emotion properly. And movement, yes, below. But when I came home after getting weighed in, my body fixed itself. So 3 times.
You did.
So I
but
think
1.5 pounds off is still amazing. Oh, yeah. That's really good.
So I think, like I say, it should catch me up next week. That I think with another week like we've had this week, and I think next week I will be in the 17s next week.
Which is awesome.
I really think so next week.
Which is awesome. But also, don't forget, you're inching towards your 7 stone award.
I know. Yes, it's not far away. Like I say,
so at some point, your weight loss will naturally start to slow down.
When I get to 17 stone, 12.5 pound, I shall be at my next award. So that will be when I get my 7 stone. So it's not far away.
No,
not
it's
far
not
at all.
No, not at all.
So yeah.
You're doing really well, but I know you were disappointed. But
a little bit, like I say, you don't always. Sometimes you know, due to whatever reason, you know, even though you've had an amazing week and you're doing really well and all of that, sometimes it doesn't always show. When you go and jump on the scale, it doesn't always show that day for whatever reason, because your weight will fluctuate up and down all week. So yeah. Especially like for people, if you've got scales at home and you keep weighing yourself, that's not great because it makes you think, oh look, today I'm 2 pounds something down today, so I will. What was this you?
I haven't had the results yet. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna watch your one now.
No. I am. Oh. I weigh 8 stone 2. Yeah, that's about
yes.
I've just paused mine.
Yeah.
So. Let's go to the chat then. Let's have a look at how everybody has done this week. Are you on standby for the clap?
Yes.
Right then, are you ready? So, everybody's saying hello. Food can be poison. It can be.
Yeah.
And medicine. I absolutely agree. Evening Dormouse. You got caught catching up on Wimbledon. All the housework is sorted and Grumpy given pain relief, put to bed as he looks awful again. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope you'll get well soon, Grumpy. I really do. You've used all your spoons, then just chill for the rest of the evening, Dormouse. Do only what you absolutely need to. Karen Fraser, you lost £0.5. Give her the clap. Ooh. You get the clap.
That's really good.
Byron, the vegan loser. It was a £2.5 loss for you this week. Well done. You get the clap. Well done to Byron. Rachel Beresford, I'm so sorry to hear that as well. You are blind due to diabetes. Again, I'm so sorry to hear that, my darling. It's a bloody awful thing. It really is. Kimberly, you've not weighed in. You're skipping, but you'll weigh again on Saturday and then the next Saturday, which is the day you're driving to Miami, and then you're off to the Caribbean. Well,
holiday, yeah.
Good luck for you, my darling. And also, I think you deserve a massive, huge, whopping, great big clap for going away to the Caribbean. Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
We want to come.
I'm so jealous. Dormouse, you managed 1 3/4 pounds, getting near an award. Well done. Yeah. It's been a huge challenge this year. Well done, though. That is really awesome, Dormouse. That is really, really good. Oh, my chat's not coming up on screen. I've just this second realised. Why is that not working now?
It's down here.
Oh, well, there you go. Look, it's for whatever reason, it's a bit bonkers. Let me just do all of that again. Bear with. There we go.
We are.
Well done to Dormouse. Hang on a second, and then scroll down. Hazel Morgan, well done. You maintained. That's really. Do you know what? In this heat. That's really well done, because I know a lot of people are sweltering at the moment, and that's making a lot of us hold on to that weight. Look at that. Everyone's saying well done to Rufus.
Thank you.
Kimberly says join her in the 17s. I think you will be very soon.
I know, right? Not far away.
Dormouse, I know this pain. I know this pain. You had to have a laugh. You're struggling to type as you got your nails done. Yep. On my tarot streams every Tuesday and Sunday, 7 p.m. on Beyond Authentic, the other channel, I struggle to pick things up. And when I was typing earlier, I was looking for something to try and make my stream deck work. And I was typing, and then I looked up at what I'd written, and every other, not quite every other, about one letter in 3 was wrong because I kept hitting the wrong notes. I nearly said the wrong keys. You don't go to a group, and the inspiration we give you is fantastic, is amazing, sorry. Second weigh-in on Monday, and you lost 2 pounds. Well done to you. Wow. That's awesome. You're away this weekend. Have a fabulous time away. That is really, really, really awesome. Well done for you. But yes, absolutely. Second weigh-in Monday, and you lost 2 pounds. That's really good. That's a really good amount.
Like I said, even with, like I say, if people lose a pound and a half to £2 a week, like I say, that's just
Jane
really,
Day,
really good weight loss every week.
Again, Jane really Day, good. I feel like she's like, I feel like I'm name dropping a celebrity, but Jane's goal each week is £0.5.
Yeah.
And again, she says that is manageable, it's maintainable, it's working her plan, but she also still eats the food that she really enjoys. Yeah. She has,
so I say,
her sins are used for avocado and things like that. And
a lot of people,
different for everyone.
But a lot of people on Slimming World, they will go, well, I won't have, the full fat version of my yogurt. I won't have full fat cottage cheese or various things. And I think a majority of Slimming World people do that. So I don't I think a lot. I said, but Jane will, would rather use some of her sins for, the things that she prefers to have on plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really good. I think you should, if you're not enjoying what you're eating, then why are you doing it?
Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you know what I think of Jane?
Yeah.
I think of you as a Target member,
Yeah.
That's what I think of. Because the way you do it is so just part of your lifestyle now.
Yeah.
And it's like when you get to Target, you then are in that maintain element. And although Jane's consistently losing, I think she lost, was it £1.5, £2 this week? I think it might have been £2 this week. Again, go and check out Jane's channel.
Yeah.
That consistency is the key.
Yeah.
And at the moment, for me, I'm trying to get as much weight off as I can to try and, not lose me toes, basically.
But also, like I say, enjoy what you eat. So if you're eating stuff and you're like, oh, well, this is super healthy, but actually I'm not really enjoying it, find something you like. There's so much choice.
It's got to be fun as well. Yeah. Food's got to be delicious, absolutely, Dormouse. Give him all the hugs. Give him all the pep talks. And fingers crossed that Grumpy's feeling a bit better soon. I agree, Karen. Karen says a bit of water retention. You felt bloated at group this morning. So many people at our Slimming World group said the same thing, that they even though they've been drinking, they haven't been weeing as much because it's too hot.
Your body, it gets used to things. So from, first going on Slimming World, I think your body goes, not sure, and you might get, some feeling a bit more hungry than usual, but your body adjusts as you go along. And then obviously, as soon as this weather, obviously being really, really humid and hot,
please let it happen soon.
Your body is used to a certain amount of water, but obviously with the heat, putting more water into your system, your body's like, oh, okay, I'm enjoying this. And then your body will then kick out more water. Once you start, having a good few days of extra water, your body will then start getting rid of a bit. Yeah, it will.
But it all comes good in the long run.
It does.
Rachel Beresford lost £2 on Slimming World this week.
Blimey.
That's really good. That's more
really
than
good.
you.
I know, right?
Well done. That's bonkers at the moment, isn't it? That's bonkers. It is. Well done to you. Well done on everybody, to all the losses. Yeah, well done. You do full fat tasty cheese. You'd rather have a small amount and tasty rather than big and tasteless. Absolutely. A lot of people do that. lot of people do that, and they use those sins like that. Yeah. But Kimberly likes the full cheese.
But
absolutely.
As well, I said we tried I don't know if anyone's tried the Eat Lean cheese, and it's not one of those super low fat cheeses that doesn't melt properly and get the cheese pull and all of that. You can make, the Eat Lean I think we do, was it put it inside was it the chicken breast, isn't it? Wrapped in bacon, and I put a little bit of garlic inside. And even then, when we've just literally cooked it, chopped it down the middle, the cheese oozes out. And it's absolutely amazing. I said, so if you've not tried Eat Lean cheese, I would definitely try it.
Yeah, you would absolutely recommend that.
Yeah. Well, we're waiting for a delivery of Eat Lean cheese, actually, because we've just ordered some this week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
then.
we've got a load of grated cheese and stuff coming, because I had a discount on part of it. So yeah, we've got loads of bags of Eat Lean cheese coming.
Yay! Well done to Ruffus for that. That sounds awesome. I like the Eat Lean cheese. It's really delicious. Right then, so hang on. I did then weigh in as well. Here is
You did?
me on the scales. Let me just make that a little bit bigger. And do I remember
Let's
what I
see.
was last week? Absolutely not. Hang on. I will. There's the scales. I know. Hang on. I will show y'all in just a second. I'm just trying to get this to be the right size on the screen. There we go. And bring it down a wee
Food
bit.
optimizing.
We are food optimizing. We are optimizing our food. Hang on, I've got my book here because I can't remember what I was last week. I got on the scales last week. Now I don't mind discussing my weight, even though I'm still a bit of a hefty old woman. But last week I weighed in at 19 stone 4.5. Which is for me a lot. And this is me getting on the scales at group. There we go. I think you can see there, I weighed in at 18 stone 13 and a half. So I came in with a 5 pound loss.
I know. You were surprised, were you?
I was absolutely bonkers. I was absolutely bonkers. I wasn't expecting it, which if you're in the States now means that my total weight loss is 68 pounds. That is in 36, 37, 38 weeks. 68 pounds. I have 49 pounds, 49 and a half until I'm at target.
But how much have you lost is it this month, you said?
In the last 3 weeks, I've lost 7.5 pounds. The week before that, I lost another 4. So in the last 4 weeks, I've lost 11.5 pounds, which is
absolutely bonkers.
Absolutely bonkers. So I'm really, really happy with that.
Absolutely bonkers.
I absolutely killed it this week on plan. Again, I think the only real difference, thank you everybody, I think the only real difference between what you lost and what I lost is that I do now have my, thank you very much Kimberly, thank you Byron, thank you Hazel, thank you Kimberly. I'm 6'2", me, and you are, what are you, 5 foot?
5'6".
Thank you. I drank a lot of water this week since I had the bladder cancer a couple of years ago. I drink a lot more water anyway, and so added to the fact that I've got some I've now got some meds to help me poo because all of my painkillers bung you up, so I've now got some tablets to help that on a more regular basis. It means this past week I have been more regular, and because I've been drinking a lot that I normally do anyway, I think I've had I think the fluid's been
really
flushing through my system. So I am now 2 pounds away from my 7 stone award. I am at 6 stone. Hang on, what was it? What did I just say? No, I'm not. No, I'm not 7 stone. 5 stone.
5 stone award.
I am at 4 stone 12 pounds.
So hopefully you'll get your next award.
I hopefully will come in. My target for next week is £3. As you all know, if you've been here before, I cannot put my certificate on the cupboard until I've gone at least £1.50 pounds into that comfort zone.
That's it.
Because for too many weeks, I would lose a bit and then.
And as Lisa does at group, they said, Wow, how do you feel about losing £5 this week, Lisa?
No, she didn't. She went, oh, you must feel absolutely amazing with £5 off. And what did I say?
No, I just, it's just normal, isn't it?
It's what it is. Because I have to keep it in my head, right? I have been eating on plan since the 1st of October when we came back to Slimming World. We have been eating on plan consistently.
Everybody knew that group. Everyone knew what you were going to say.
I know they did. It's just because Sarah is a
yeah,
standing
really
consultant.
pleased. Wow, you've lost that much. You're like, yeah.
I was like, yeah, because I have to remember that every single week since the beginning of October, I have been on plan. Every single week I have eaten with no food that I've hidden, no food. I've always been consistently within 12 sins maximum, definitely within my 15, but normally no more than about 10 or 12, week in, week out. And I have been absolutely, like, honestly, authentically doing the plan every single week. So some weeks I had a £0.5 gain, I've had a £1.5 gain, whatever it is, or I maintain. Those weeks I had to tell myself not to get upset about what the scales are showing. Don't get upset about that. Don't worry about that. Just it's a thing. Just carry on. You've eaten the same food. So this week, where I've dropped £5 again, I haven't done anything different. This week I've also had 10 sins. I've also, you know, less than 10 sins a day. I've also been eating all the same food and on plan. I haven't suddenly started jogging. I've just been consistently doing the plan week in, week out. The rest of it is out of my control. Now I've got some pills that are helping the food, my body to process food properly again.
You're just trying to get a balance, of your
I'm just trying to get a balance with the meds so that everything is working as optimally as possible. But I can't sit there and go, oh my God, I'm so proud, look at what I did. Because I've done the same thing last week when I lost £1.5 pounds, and the week before when I lost £1 pound, and the week before that when I lost 4. It's the same food. So for me, this time round, I have absolutely trained myself just to go week in, week out. I am on plan until I get to my target or within spitting distance of my target. I'm not even going to think about it.
You don't even have that much bread, do you? Still love eating quite a bit of bread.
Don't have any more bread.
Don't really eat much bread.
Don't eat gluten-free bread now. We've got a couple of those wraps in the freezer. Not wraps. Those gluten-free pitters in the freezer. And I just keep going with it. But of course, that does mean that yet again this week, when I got on the scales and came in with that whopping £5 off, I was Slimmer of the Week. I got another shiny. I got another shiny. Look at all my shinies
you like the
now.
shinies.
I do. These are my Slimmer of the Week, Slimmer of the Month, Slimmer of the Week, and Club 10s. So I've got a few of those, and then these are my Stone Awards.
Oh no, you have to start putting them on the other side.
They're going to have to go on the front soon. I know, what am I going to do? So this will go on the cupboard. This will happily go on the cupboard, and my 4.5 stone
now,
is now on the cupboard. Yeah. So I'm just, as I said, it's a little, but we have stopped because both of us have these, like, we've got really, really, really fixed reasons. Both of us have now stopped taking the Slimmer of the Week basket home. We let that go to the next person because
we were getting too many tin tomatoes and we filled the cupboard full of them.
But also, to be honest with you, it's because I have no choice. I have to get the weight off. I can't eat anything else. I have to eat like this, otherwise I'm going to lose a foot or lose my sight. There's just no way around that now for me. So because of that, it's almost it's taken all of the decisions away, and I just have to eat.
Well, we just
healthy.
Very focused on making sure everything that we eat is on plan and as healthy as we don't just go, all right, we've got these 3 days of meals planned, and actually all of those meals are just free food. No. All of our plates are full of vegetables we'll put our bit of protein on, and the protein will be limited. We don't have like huge amounts of it.
Rachel.
We will put an average size portion of our protein, and most of the other side of our plate is full of speed veggies usually. So that we make sure that we get all of that on our plate first before we add then like our potato or a little bit of rice or something else with it, to make sure, like I say, just portion wise it's all 100%, and to get the best sort of weigh-ins as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think, and I'm not saying other people at group don't have reasons.
Oh yeah.
But for me, this isn't about I want to look good in a photo, or I want to be in a bikini in the summer, or I'm going away. This is about I don't want to lose my foot. And that is the biggest wake-up call of my entire life. You would think the bloody cancer was enough of a wake-up call, but a bit like a lot of other people, you kind of want to get straight back to things as soon as possible. Whereas now I'm in damage prevention mode. I really am. And so, anywho.
But is electrolytes, I don't know if some of them have got calories in. And
Dormouse has some health issues where she has to have high salt and high fluid. Kirsty struggles. You don't get thirsty, but if you're outdoors, you use an electrolyte drink called Liquid IV.
But I don't
You
because
do 3 Liquid IVs a day. Wow.
But I said because I don't get hungry, my body also doesn't tell me that I'm thirsty, so I have to keep every time before I eat my meals, I will try and now get an extra cup of water and just drink it before I eat, and that way sometimes you don't overeat what you've got on your plate. If you're full, once you've had a glass of big glass of water and then eaten, sometimes you'll find that at that point you're very, very, very full, and don't need any more, and at that point it means that your body's happy with that, and just to not eat the extra bit and maybe save it for later.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Well, you know what that means. You know what time it is. It's time for Choosey.
It is.
Oh, there we go. We're back. So then, this past week, as you know, because we've already spoken about it, the amazing food that we had this last week was the gunpowder chicken nuggets.
It was.
Absolutely blooming delicious.
I was going to say it's absolutely banging.
It was. Oh yeah, because the gunpowder. That's really funny. Yeah,
funny.
Banging,
banging, yes,
banging with the gunpowder, treason and plot. Yes,
yes. Do you like that one? Yes,
banging.
Yeah,
yes.
Very
so
banging.
This week, do you know what? I don't even know. I'm looking at the channel now. View your channel. I will find the details
to see.
Here we go. So what? I can't even remember what it was. Can you? There was coffee rubbed steaks. Oh my God! Look at that. Right, let me find it on the page. I've got it there.
Maybe a lot of people haven't seen,
I don't know. There's loads and loads of votes on it. What you mean? Maybe people haven't seen coffee rubbed steaks before.
I've not known that before.
Possibly.
I've not eaten it before.
Or do you know what else it could be? It could be after my impassioned pleas to please. I
said I thought that the coffee rubbed steak was literally what it is. It's like just rubbed with loads of powdered coffee and then cooked. But obviously, I think you said that it was actually the coffee was made and then
it's like a liquid. You make the coffee thick and then you put it on. I think
so
by 51%, Ruffus. Do you know what? Earlier on, I said to Ruffus, do you know what? Secretly,
it's a good job I like coffee.
I know, but do you know what I said? I was like, secretly, I kind of quite want the tuna pasta bake because it sounds really nice. But there you go then. So this week we will be cooking coffee rubbed steaks, which means we've got to go shop and get some steaks again.
I like steak.
I know, so do
And I like coffee. So...
Hopefully they'll be as good as the gunpowder chicken. Right then, get your book. What book have you got? So for those that don't know, we do Choosey every single week, and we don't talk about it with each other. And we choose a book from the Slimming World books that we have. I think we've just about got all of them now. Although I did see on somebody's video this week, and I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Laura and Kath from Back to Basics, no? Because they're using the street food book again.
Oh yes,
it was
yes,
another
yes,
one.
Yes.
There was another. Oh, Taste of Asia.
Oh,
that's what it was.
We haven't got that.
No, because Laura.
That. Yeah, we don't have that.
Well, yeah, Laura got it to sell on eBay.
Oh, okay.
Part of a bundle, and I was like, "Oh, a Taste of Asia! I haven't got that one. I haven't seen that one. It must have come out in between when we weren't at groups."
But like I say, I always say, if anybody has got any of the older books on Slimming World meals,
double check your sins,
because as obviously if the book is like a few years old, sometimes you'll go back and look through it and check online, because often it will check the sins may well have changed.
Exactly. Dormouse, you'll have to hunt out the sugar-free version, because we have a limited range over here.
Yeah.
Kimberly, look at that. You've got something in the States that we don't have over you. I bet you're blooming.
Oh.
I bet you're laughing now, aren't you? Secretly. You're like, ha, 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 ha. It's normally the other way round. But yeah, have a look on that there Amazon, Dormouse. They tend to do everything. Ed said, proper banging joke that.
It was banging.
Right then. So, what have you chosen? So, what book is it? Oh.
It is...
Oh, that's a surprise.
Food, glorious food is what I have chosen.
Food, glorious food. Sliced something and custard.
Yeah, we can't have the custard. There's too many sins.
Fish, fingers and custard. Peas, pudding and saveloy. Do you know, I know I'm among friends. I was one of Fagin's boys.
What?
I was one of Fagin's boys. When I was a wee youngster, I was in the musical, not the film Oliver, I'm not that old, but I was on stage playing one of Fagin's boys. That was the title. Fagin's boy number whatever. That was it.
Nice.
Food, glorious food.
So yeah, so I have got the Food, glorious food book.
Food, glorious food.
I had no idea, like I say, we pick the book and then we will pick a recipe out of the book. So whether you like the book or not, you've chosen the book and then you'll find a recipe.
But this book is full of like winter food, really.
Is it?
It's
no
full
one
of like,
told me.
No, but it's full of like cottage pies and pasta and oh, that's a salad.
Hang on, look, they've got faggots.
Yeah, enough about that. We
faggots
can't say.
And onion
I
gravy.
don't think we can say the word faggots on YouTube, even though it is now the
it's
meatballs.
A recipe. There is a recipe.
Anyway,
but no, it's not.
What
that
have you chosen? Please don't choose that, because I can't put that on YouTube. What have you chosen?
I have chosen. You can see.
Chosen or choosing?
Chosen.
You were choosing.
I did pick. It is fish and chips.
Is that a coffee?
No.
What's that in the background?
Hang on. Maybe it's a cup of tea. Could be a cup of tea.
No. So what? Fish and chips?
So it's fish and chips, and
it's battered. We can't have that.
But if you zoom it in, it's easier for you to just. But it looks like the fish has got a really crispy coating on it.
What's that? That's batter.
But when I looked, the coating is actually made from egg.
What? That's not egg.
It doesn't look like egg.
Like dipped in egg and then breadcrumbs, or dipped in egg and then batter?
No. It says, believe it or not, neither battered fish nor chips were invented here, but we definitely came up with the idea of serving them together. Amazingly, this delicious dinner is free. Takes 35 minutes. Obviously, you've got baking potatoes that turn into chips. There is a recipe on there there are slight sins for the tartar sauce, so it shows you how to put that together on the bottom there.
Tartar sauce.
It says 4 skinless cod or haddock fillets, but you are then whipping up 2 eggs obviously in this recipe is enough for to serve 4 people. So you've got 2 2 eggs for to coat 4 pieces of fish. And basically you're whipping up the egg whites, and then you're whipping the yolks separately, and then you're mixing it together and then coating the fish, and then you bake it. And then obviously you cook you do your chips on a separate tray.
But why does that look like batter?
It looks like batter. It looks crispy. But like I say, I was just really interested to see how it would come out and whether it does come out crispy or not.
They've not put anything else in it, like
No.
the mashed potato that they use
It says
as a tweak.
whisk the egg whites in a large bowl until they form soft peaks. Whisk the yolks in another bowl, add a pinch of salt and fold into the egg whites. Spoon the mixture over the fish, bake for 12 to 15 minutes or until the eggs is lightly browned and the fish is cooked through. I used to love a bit of crispy cooked fish. Like
What is it they call the bits?
What's that?
Scraps.
Scraps.
Oh,
but
amazing.
like I say before, there used to be recipes.
Hi, Shell. Hang on. We've got another YouTube celebrity.
we?
Bing Feast 57 is here.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
evening, Shell. Hello, my darling. We I think
Yeah,
we're subscribed
we've
to,
been watching,
to
yeah.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are. Yes, hello.
But we also used to like having fish with coatings on it, so crispy coatings, like whether it be like going to the shop and buying with breadcrumbs. But
Dormouse, I'll fight you
I don't
for
know,
them.
but I don't know whether people still do the is it a tiny bit of flour, egg, and then like people used to use smash powder and stuff.
That's what I mean.
For
Is it
a tweak?
But if it's egg, isn't it going to be like scrambled egg? How is that going to?
Oh, do you know, it might end up being like like a lemon meringue top, because you're whipping it all up. How is that going to be crispy?
I don't know.
But I don't know if anyone else has
Okay,
made it,
well,
but
It's a Choosey recipe,
it's,
so there you
eggs that are
go.
whipped up and then put on the fish, and then it's baked. So we will see.
We'll have to see. If you would like us to cook that, vote for that
Fish and
one.
chips.
These will be up on the channel, on the community post, on the posts page, as soon as probably about half an hour after we finish.
The per serving of the tartar sauce to go with is only half a sin a serving.
Oh, that's all right. I don't mind that.
I
That
think
sounds
the only
interesting.
extra thing that we haven't got in at the moment is it the capers or something to go in that. But other than that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, mine is from the Vava Vegan book.
Ooh.
Because we normally, a couple of times a week, couple of days a week at least, we'll have a vegan dinners, just because we try and cut down on the amount of meat that we have. Again, health reasons.
Yeah.
So, Vava Vegan, and there's all sorts in here. I did find there's a almost chose the beetroot. I almost choosied the beetroot falafel that's in here. But I tell you what I did find that we're going to make this week probably as well is in the street food book, which isn't this one. There is a recipe for basically beetroot burgers.
We love beetroot burgers.
And we have beetroot burgers 2 or 3 days a week from Lidl. So this...
And they're once in each, are they?
Yeah, this Buddha bowl is basically very similar. The balls here are beetroot burger type balls. So I thought, I'm not going to choose this one because I want to have... I'm going to do the beetroot burger recipe this week. So, from the Vava Vegan book, I choosied... It's a bit... They've done a play on words here. Are you ready? Are you ready for the super funny ha-ha joke from Slimming World? It is... Kaella.
Not paella.
But Kaella. Yeah. So it's basically a corn mince version of paella. Now,
Paella.
I didn't just say this because we've got some corn mince in the freezer. But we have. It says, our take on the classic Spanish dish is loaded with filling corn, smoky spices. I love smoky spices, like some smoked paprika. Oh, delicious. And tasty speed veg. For full authenticity, treat yourself to a siesta afterwards, a little nap afterwards. And it's got quite a lot of bits and pieces in it, but you're right, smoked paprika. So, and then it's got, these are the spices in it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So obviously an onion, then we've got garlic, smoked paprika, cumin, turmeric, thyme, tomato puree goes in, and then it's also got chopped fresh parsley to serve, lemon wedges to serve.
Oh, look, you got your roasted red peppers in brine as well.
Roasted red
again,
peppers in brine, but also look, asparagus tips. This
And
is
you
some
love
of
that.
our favourite
Asparagus,
food combined together for a paella. So, and absolutely eat either
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
I could absolutely eat either one.
But
Corn
seeing as-
is sin
but I
free,
said-
yes.
But considering, like I said, we love the beetroot burgers, I said we're really interested to just try and make
That street food one, yeah,
Yeah,
I nearly
to
picked
try,
that,
to
but
try.
we're absolutely going for this. So just as a correction, Kimberly, corn is sin-free if it's the pieces on their own. If it's
Yeah.
the breaded options and other things like that,
They're not,
obviously
no.
they're
Yeah.
sinned. But if it's just the corn pieces, the corn mince,
Yeah.
the chicken-style corn pieces,
Yeah.
anything like that is free.
I said, what about even the soya proteins that you can buy?
TVP,
like,
textured vegetable
because
protein,
we've got
that's...
cauldron soya
Yep,
blocks we've
that's
got, haven't
free,
we, that you
that's
can
free.
use? Or
And again, one of the things that we've also done in the past, when we've made a batch cook, either a pasta bolognese or something, we've added in some, what's it called? Some of the TVP,
Yeah.
some of the soya protein in. I know it's going to be a really hard choice. So these are your choosy options then. Option number 1 is going to be Rufus's from the Food Glorious Food book. It's going to be
We've got fish and chips.
fish
Oh,
and
yeah.
chips with mushy peas. Fish, chips and mushy peas.
it's mushy peas, you've got the tartar sauce, and
And
very
from
nice.
the Vava Vegan book,
Yeah.
the paella. So corn version of paella. I love paella. Slimming World in their ready meals do a paella, and it was delicious. It was
It does
really,
look
really
really
good.
nice.
So then, there you go. Those are the two options. They will be up for you to vote on in about
very
half
nice.
an hour after we finish the stream, because we don't talk about what each other's choosing. Fish, chips, and green beans. Yeah.
I just want to know whether that ends up going crispy.
I know,
Who
right?
knows?
Ed has asked, are
Yeah.
mushy pea butties a thing? They can be, but do you know what it is down south? Pea fritter.
Yeah, that's what
That
they are.
is a ball. They get the mushy peas and they cook them through so they're without a lot of moisture in. So they're quite thick. They add pepper and a bit of salt and a bit of spice.
and
then
some
they
mint sauce, isn't
squeeze
it?
them. Oh, yeah, a little
Sort of
tiny
mint
bit of mint
sauce
sauce
that
in
goes
them.
in it.
Squeeze them into a bowl, dip them in the batter, and then deep fry them.
Mhm.
Oh my God, they are to die for. They are simply amazing.
But
Nowhere
partly
up here
because
does
they've-
it.
But partly because they've been deep fried.
Partly because
so
they're deep fried and
obviously-
covered in batter, but nowhere up here does it.
No.
And in fact, when I first moved up to Leeds, up to Yorkshire,
I know they're a down south thing.
they are.
aren't
When I first moved up, I went into a chip shop and I was like, do you do pea fritters? And the guy was like, yeah, we do spam fritters. No, do you do a pea fritter? And he went, mushy
But I
peas
said it's
in a
oft-
pot.
but it's
no,
often-
a pea fritter.
But I said it's often up here where you'll go to the shop and say, have you got any saveloys? And they'll go, no, we don't have saveloys.
No. So anyway, those are our choosy options for
Yeah.
this week. I could have either one, do you know. I'll be more than happy for either one. Good evening, Luke
definitely.
John. Hello, my darling.
Hiya.
Luke John Food is here as
I
well.
know.
Look,
Lots of
Luke John
people.
is here. How did you go, Luke John, this week? To catch you up,
Yeah,
Rufus did, what did you do, £1.50?
1.5 this week.
And he's now how many pounds from your 7 stone award?
I am...
Is it 3.5?
Hang on, 2... Yes,
3.5 from
3.5
your
away
7.
from my 7 stone award.
I
yeah.
did 5, and I am 2 away from my 5 stone award. So
Right.
yes, Dormouse knows what a pea fritter is. Years since you had a pea fritter. You want a pea ball, Bean Feast? Trust me, they are so good. I'm gonna have to make.
Is that what we
Oh.
call them now? Pea balls?
Hang on.
What?
Can we get?
Yeah.
You're the chef, so you'll know whether this works. Can we get? If I got some mushy peas, because we've always got mushy peas in, because I
Just
love
try
them.
and make our own.
Yeah, no, listen. Get some mushy peas, right? Get mushy peas, right?
Yeah, I just...
Salt, pepper, little bit of mint sauce.
I just had a...
And then smash,
Possibly.
or a bit of egg, and then smash, and then in the air fryer.
Possibly. I was thinking because
If you win, can you make me pea fritters go with your fish and
instead
chips?
of
Then I'll
like
vote
things
for
like
you.
corn flour to kind of thicken up if the peas are a little bit, you can use a little tiny bit of xanthan gum, and you don't. It's not like corn flour. You don't need to.
No.
What
No, xanthan gum leaves that slimy texture.
does it?
Yeah, no. When we used to put xanthan gum in yogurt.
Or you just
No.
pick the mushy peas that. Oh, what about using the the dried peas and then cooking them, and that way you can probably make it thick enough to do them that way.
That's very cool.
Right, because if you sometimes you'll buy mushy peas in a tin, and some of them are so loose, like they're not thick. It's buying the
But we
mushy
could-
peas that are thick
We
enough.
could heat them up in the microwave and do all of
just-
that, cook them through.
Yeah,
We'll have to do some
possibly.
experimenting.
Yeah,
we'll
to
keep an eye
thicken
on it.
up.
Luke John, you did £3 off last
Wow.
Friday. Well done,
That's
you.
really good.
And get ready for the clap through because my mouse has stopped working.
Oh,
And
no.
you got your £3.5 award. So
Blimey.
well done to you.
Wow.
Big huge clap and your 3.5 stone award. That is, as it says there, that is awesome. Well done. For those that don't know, Luke John owns his own blooming cafe
know,
with
right?
non-Slimming World food. That is awesome. Well
I know.
done, my
I don't know how
darling.
you manage it. I've just been around all these other foods. I think that would just be like I'd be wanting to eat everything.
I know, it'd be like what we were talking about in
Yeah.
your topic of the week.
Oh
wouldn't
yeah,
it?
I literally would.
Well done, Luke John. That is absolutely amazing. Seriously, well done to you for that. That is a big amount. Well done. I am made up for you. I love it when other Slimming Worlders, other YouTube Slimming World community come through and describe all our wins and losses and gains and all that lot. I think it's really, really cool. This is I love this community so much. I think the Slimming World community on YouTube, how it's come about, I don't know, but that is awesome. Oh my God, 10 stone, £3 off all together on this award.
Wow.
The loudest clap we've got is that one. So we'll give you the loudest clap and a... Oh, no, that was the wrong badum tush. Where's the other one? Have I got... what have we got? Oh, there we go. That is awesome. Although you're chasing him, aren't you?
What have I, like I say,
What were you, 20...
I was 29.5 stone.
29.5, and what are
Yeah.
you now? 80.
Eight.
Oh, you've
I'm
done 11.
I'm
Wow, you're just also amazing.
18 stone, £2 now. So yeah.
So glad you were here since the doc said you were supposed to be. Who's that? What? I don't know what that means, Kimberly. I'm not sure what that means, but congratulations to everybody, and congratulations. I think it's amazing, as Kimberly said, all the guys that watch this, because Stimming World is a very women's group, isn't it? It's a very,
I
very
got weighed in this
girly
week,
group.
and like I say, that there weren't any guys there this week.
No one's
in
there.
our session
But
today.
in the next one, there were
yesterday.
3 or 4.
Oh yeah,
Because we left a bit early. We were gossiping.
They
So
turned up, weren't
Jane Day mentioned this, and we were talking on the comments of one of your videos, because about the person that said about the vending machines for Slimming World.
yes,
They
yes,
exist
yes.
already at Slimming World
head
HQ.
office.
So when you go
office,
to Slimming
yeah.
World head office, if their restaurant is closed, there is a Slimming World weight machine full of Slimming World ready meals there. We did also ask the question about our sins getting rebranded, and she said, "Oh, I don't think so. That
No.
was Margaret's thing." She said, "I can't see that happening."
Well, I said a long time
So,
ago, though, people were
maybe not.
saying, "Oh, that slim," the
Muller Lights.
the sins on Muller Lights obviously went up, and they said it's because people were overeating them when they were classed as free. I thought everybody seemed to
Well
think,
done, Luke.
but everybody seemed to think it was because they were going to bring their own brand of yogurts and stuff out. But
It's because
I
people
think
were
that
eating
it just
15 of them.
people were having too many.
Yeah. Well done. Luke
They've
John
got sins
says
on them.
that Luke John beat the death clock. The doc said that he was supposed to be DAAD by now.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is it.
Willpower is a thing, isn't it? So
And
it's
the
like-
thing is, sometimes it does take
yeah.
a shocking prognosis like that.
Yeah.
Like them, again, I keep going back to it, but like saying to me, you could lose a toe, a foot, or your eyesight.
Yep.
Like, that's literally a thing that we are trying to reverse at the moment.
I said
so
now I have
it's no
times,
brainer,
like
is
I
it?
say, where before I would just, when I was a bit bigger, I would literally, within a week, I would have literally 2 or 3 days where I was just wiped out and couldn't do an awful lot. And now I find that I have to try and tire my brain out to stop wanting to get up and move all the time. And now I just can't sit still. Whereas before,
Tell me about it.
I might, conk out during the day and be asleep some of the time.
Yeah.
And now, Lisa will sit and do something for a while, and I literally, even in the middle of sometimes watching TV or watching a film or something, I would get up and I would just go off and do something because I literally cannot sit still.
I know, but you do it in the cinema.
Yeah, I will in the cinema because,
Just.
yeah. But
Talking of which,
yeah.
we saw Snow White this week, just gone. It's quite good.
People were saying that it
was
wasn't
all right.
really that good, but I thought it was pretty good.
It was all right.
Yeah.
It was a remake. It was updated for the times a little bit. She's no longer as white as snow. She's called Snow White because she was born in a blizzard. I thought that was all right.
Yeah.
I thought the CGI dwarfs were bloody awful, to be honest with you, and the story was a bit weird. But
it wasn't actually that bad to watch. It was all right.
the songs were a bit naff. It's not Frozen, is it? Or
No,
Moana.
it's not. No,
we
it's
like
not.
Moana and
Yeah.
Frozen. But mind you, we tried watching Lilo and Stitch, the original, the other day.
But you did say, was it? There's
so boring.
Is it another? Is it Avengers? You're saying show that's come out now?
Yep, Ironheart Marvel series is out, and
what's that next then?
it's all on Disney Plus, all of it, and Thunderbolts is out very soon as well on Disney Plus, so we'll watch those. Anyway,
Yeah.
what are we going to do? What are your goals this week? So we want your Slimming World goals and your life goals.
Luke John wouldn't have seen these. I said, but
He's going to watch it back. Don't
but
reveal
yeah, if
everything.
you watch it, like I say, we tried these and
Dubai
yeah.
chocolate, home bargains.
They're like a really tiny version, like of a Viscount, but they've got the
It's not worth it, Luke. It's not worth it. Right.
But yeah, we tried that.
Slimming World goal this week.
This week, I think I'm just going to prioritise
Drinking.
drinking a lot.
Vodka, whiskey.
Yeah. And just eating lots of, not having full SP meals because I feel if I did that, I feel I was going to go without. Sometimes I feel like,
Well, Byron did an SP week.
yeah, and it didn't go as, yeah.
He
as
lost
as
weight,
you
but
planned,
he lost
yeah.
less than he planned.
Yeah.
We did an SP week and I gained.
Yeah, but sometimes I can find that just from having SP light meals, even though occasionally we'll have a bit of potato, but have smaller potatoes and that as part of our meals, but eating so much more veggies and stuff in our meals that normally it gives us a good result. So,
Yeah. What we do, we have SP meals, and then we'll still have yogurt, or you'll
Yeah.
still have your healthy extra B.
All-
So it's not
all
like
of-
an XP day.
But all of our fruit and stuff, all of that is speed
It's normally
fruit,
speed.
always speed fruit. Meals.
But you'll still have your cereal, won't
Yeah,
you?
but our meals and that, we'll still have half of a plate full of veggies, which obviously they say you only use a third, but we just fill our plate up with
Yeah.
veggies.
Or it may be a potato we'll have with it or something.
just-
But SP light.
But we will just obviously pick smaller potatoes to go with and all of that, and yeah.
And your
You can
weight loss
stick-
goal? Your goal, weight loss goal?
Oh, I will just go with my 10 sins a day.
No, as in, what is
my
it you
goal
want
for
to
the week?
lose?
I want my next award next week.
So what's that? 3.5?
Yeah,
Oh, you'll probably get that.
Yep, and I will be in my next stone bracket as well, so I'll be in my 17s next week. Yeah, so watch this space.
Yep.
Yep.
My goal for group is
Yep.
2.5. No, hang on. What have I got? My goal for group is 3.
Yep.
I think I said, because it gets me my 5 stone award
Yep.
and £1 the other way. So I might treat myself and put it on the cupboard if I get that. Luke John said you'll try those Dubai biscuits
Yeah.
for the sake of trying them. They're not
I
worth
would.
it. For 4 sins each, it's not worth
We
it.
just
but
we broke one into 4 bits.
yeah,
But
they're tiny. What is better, if you've got a One Below near you, they do some little bars of Dubai chocolate.
half
It's
of it
8
is 4
sins
sins, but
for the
half
whole
of it.
bar. So we got one of them to try, and we had it
they
between
were
us.
quite nice. I would probably
were
get
nice.
another one again to try,
Yeah.
but It's not something, like I say, we will just buy the one little thing here or there, and then that's it. We won't keep it like any extras in or out like that. But yeah, I think we'd go back and definitely get one of those. But that's
we've still got the chocolate ice cream from Lidl that's in that we got for my birthday that I still haven't had, and that's nearly a month ago.
7.5 sins.
I know.
That's all right.
It's a lot. Dormouse, your goal is for the same. You want to get back to an earlier bedtime. Currently settle around 4 a.m. Not healthy. That sounds like us, to be honest. Kimberly, you just want to stay on plan. You're going to try to drink 1.5 litres a day. They recommend more than that. I drink on average between 2.5 to 3 litres every day. So I'm constantly getting up in the night to pee, but it is pushed through. Dubai chocolate is a chocolate that is with
it's got something
pistachio cream,
but it's also got something in it called kanafa, which it looks like nearly like a vermicelli type sort of but it's a sweet pastry that's been chopped up that looks a little bit, I suppose, a little bit like rice noodles. It looks a bit like worms. And then when they put it inside
deep fried worms
with a pistachio, it's got like a crispy
it's a bit of a bite to
crunch to it.
Little bit of a bite to it. So yes, Friday weigh-in is a blessing and a curse at times. It feels a very long week, I can imagine. We get weighed in on a Tuesday. Your goal this week was £4, but you're due your usual little gain. You still managed to lose £8 to £10 a month. That's awesome, though. That is really awesome. You'll take £2, Kimberly. You've got 35 sins. You've got some sins to waste. Absolutely. Neil's here. Good evening, Neil. Good evening, everyone. Imagine you're finishing now, so I'll watch it back. Yeah, we are just on finishing. Karen Fraser wants to lose 1.5 pounds and get more sleep. That's awesome. Oh, I didn't say what I wanted, did I? Yeah, £3. £3. And
to get you next award.
My non-weight loss will be, I want to. Oh, I know what it is. I want to go and get all the stuff and make this bloomin' homemade beetroot burgers. I really want to do that. We
get the ones that are
really want to make
the ones in Lidl. I think they're made with chickpeas, but
these are as well. I think
are these
potato and all sorts.
And
oh no, black beans, not chickpeas.
Yeah.
So I want to do those.
Very interesting to do.
Since you're that's very true. Very, very true. But no, Kimberly. Sugar-free sweet iced tea, you can have that. That's part of it. Your water isn't separate to your other drinks, it's including your other drinks.
But I said so you
have a drink of water with some squash or with your sweet tea.
You can get iced tea.
You'd settle for £1.
But I said you can buy made up iced tea, but what Lisa's talking about is the fruity tea bags you can get that you obviously.
Well, no, look, Kimberly already has sugar-free sweet iced tea, so she already has that.
They don't do things like that here.
No,
I don't think. No,
almost like with a cordial.
We don't. We can't get that here.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
That's another thing you've got that we haven't. I know, right? And your weight loss goal is to catch up with Swimming World.
Yeah,
not for me. Slimming World YouTube.
I drink enough. I don't want to be swimming in it. Folks.
I know you're behind with working a lot. I've got how many videos have I got to catch up on? I've got 2 more Choosey recipes. The spaghetti one from last week, and what was the one that you did that same week? I can't remember because it was a double win, wasn't it? It was a draw, and then the chicken.
We did both, didn't we?
Yeah, I can't remember what you did. Obviously, it wasn't very good.
We did your spaghetti pie, didn't we? We did your spaghetti pie.
Yeah, and then you did the
gunpowder chicken. Was it?
No, gunpowder chicken wasn't that set. Hang on, I'll have to have a look back on the channel. Thankfully, everything is on the channel. So no, it was gunpowder chicken was last week.
Oh,
it was the week before.
Turkey.
Creamy mushroom pork.
That was actually all right.
It was all right.
Yeah.
It was all right. I wasn't overly impressed, but you'll find out when we do the recipe.
I thought it was all right.
You're hoping Annie Pup sleeps through the night soon. Oh, that's what we're going to do. That's what we need to do this week. That could be a goal this week. Go to the puppy farm park.
So the puppy farm?
Ed knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The puppy farm, but it's a puppy park. It's not a puppy farm. Yeah. It's a puppy park.
It's just basically enclosed fields
where you take your doggos to have a run around.
Take them and you can just book it for like an hour or so, and then Just let them off the lead and they can run around and enjoy themselves.
We took our 2 staffies, and Elvie, who's quite old, doesn't normally play, but when you let her off in the park and there's balls and that everywhere, she'll go chasing a ball in the big outside.
She will.
She doesn't, does she? In the big outside, she looks at it and she goes, "Oh, I'm just going to sit here and eat this bit of grass."
Partly though because we think she's autistic.
She is very autistic, our doggo.
She'll bark if someone's outside or there's a noise, but other than that, you can't ask her to speak. She'll only just about give you a paw, but yeah, she just reacts very differently to other dogs.
She's 9, bless her.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to go now. I'm going to go and study this beetroot burger recipe and work on the spaghetti pie video and take these pictures for Choosey. I really want both of them. I really do fancy the fish and chips and mushy peas, but I also really fancy this paella.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine though that a topping that's a little bit like meringue is going to be crispy on fish, because I would expect it, if it's going to be baked on fish, it's going to be crispy, but we'll
have to see.
We will see.
We'll have to see. But that is going to be it from us, everybody. However you are doing this week to come, have a bloody lovely week. If you are doing Slimming World, if you're doing Weight Watchers, if you are calorie counting, if you are doing injections or tablets, or
whatever
even if you're having a week off and you're just going to eat all the takeaways, whatever you're doing, make sure you enjoy yourself. You eat all the food that you enjoy. And I need something that basically says, don't forget, with all of these weight loss plans, it'll work if you work it, it won't if you don't. I need a new version of that, because I love that. Jane Day stopped saying that, but that was my favourite expression of it. I used to quote you all the time, didn't I? We'll be a group and I go, work if you work it, it won't if you don't. But anyway, have a lovely week, everybody, and we will see you on Wednesday at 6:30, and
after I've been to see the tattooist.
After you've been to see the tattooist,
so I will
and then we will be starting the Extra Helping Friday videos next Friday. So not this week coming, the one after, and we will see you all for that as well.
We will.
And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and
happy slimming.
Happy slimming, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.